Hello there, Internet. Version 2 here with Let's Play Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Today, we got a big one, and by a big one, I mean two of the monsters I'm fighting today. I fought the last episode. It is the time to take on the tempered monsters that were added post-game for Gold Rathian and Silver Rathalos and Ruin Gigante. Now, you do get, like, special rewards. She's talking about the tracker. You do get special rewards for beating Tempered Gold Rathian and Tempered Silver Rathalos in terms of little pendants. I already got them, and I have fought Tempered Ruin Gigante. I've done that all as a team so far. I've never done any of them solo. I figured it was fine to take them on Tempered as a team with people, because it's not like it's a new monster, so it's not learning a shitload about it or anything new. But I still wanted to do it as part of, like, videos and whatnot, because, well, it was a thing that they went out of the way to say, we have now added this into the game. It is now a thing you can go do. And given that we'll have an event quest coming up soon that is 3 tempered Elder Dragons plus a Ruined Gigante. Not tempered though, which is interesting. I need more practice against the tough shit. Now, whether you consider Gold Rathian and Silver Rathalos more difficult than, say, Teostra, Lunastra, and Volcana, all tempered. Well, it depends on your skills. My skills find them all difficult because I'm bad. So I don't know how well that's going to go in terms of that. And also trying to kill those 4 in 50 minutes. I'm still really worried about that quest. I don't know how I'm going to do it solo. Because I don't know if I can get enough damage output fast enough with the sword and shield to kill them quick enough to kill 4 elders in 50 minutes. But there's no other weapon that I'm good enough with that does more damage that I could kill 4 elders in 50 minutes. Not even hammer, which would be my second best weapon at this point. It used to be switch axe, and I've just not used switch axe in Master Rank. Which, by the way, I never went and made a switch axe build after the last episode. I can't remember what I did. I think I was just grinding out Great Spirit Vein gems. So I can get prepared for when the Raging Brachydios armor comes out, so I can just augment that and pump it up. It's going the Guiding Lance, isn't it? Yeah. For some reason, so when you load up a quest, you load the quest, and then it loads it, and then you go, and then you load again. For whatever reason, the Guiding Lance doesn't make you do that first load, so it just makes the second load way the fuck longer. And I don't know why that's how it works. Also, yes, you'll notice I put the Handler in best outfit, because of course I did. Because, well, I mean, I fucking paid money for it, and I realized I haven't used it for a long time, so I should really do that. Anyway, I have my Wildspire Waste and Coral Highlands area up to level 7 each. They're my only level 7s. Ever. I've never got anything else up to level 7. You also get unique pendants for getting each area to level 7. So there's a whole lot of grinding I've got to do if I want to get every pendant eventually. So I can actually fight these tempered. And my Tundra area is not level 7, which is how you would do Ruin Gigante tempered. But it's a special occasion right now, so it worked out perfectly that I waited this long to do this. Alright, you do that. Let me eat. Gourmet voucher, so I don't have to use that at the beginning. Now, because we're in Guiding Lands, I don't even need to use Feline Safeguard, so I can just go straight for the Slugger, baby. Although I don't know if I want Slugger, because, like, I'm not going to be doing that much attack with this. What is it if you do 4 meat dishes? Rider. Easier to mount monsters would be nice. Come quickly, you knocked on your butt. So I could just go for the other coward thing and just go Moxie. But I could go Medic. Just so I heal even more. Do I have Medic as one of my pre-made ones? I should have it. I did make it one of these once. And it's not there. Cool. Alright, give me a second, everyone. Was Medic this one? It is. I'm just going to do this and waste everyone's time and forget to make it a custom meals because I'm genius. I missed a fucking ingredient there. And what can we get that's worth 2? What's worth 2 that's good? Quickly when sent flying. Extends the invulnerability period when getting up. I feel like that's actually the one that I fucking want there. There we go. So much coward stuff. Hell yeah, baby. It's been a while since I've shown the handless cooking animation. Not that it's super in-depth or anything, but the food dish that she prepares for you. There you go. Yum, yum, yum. Still don't get how you take the middle piece out of that first. Because the animation really looks like you're tearing it off the end of the stick, but it's not coming off the end of the stick at all. Oh yeah, does it automatically? Yeah, it's automatically tracking Godrathian. Yeah, when you lure it out, it automatically tracks it now. Yay! So welcome back to the Guiding Lands. Yeah, this is a place you come to a lot if you want to augment your weapons. And it's not really useful. I really thought that Guiding Lands would define a lot of the endgame stuff, and like it definitely defines a lot of it because, again, augmenting weapons, you spend a lot of time here. Half of that is just getting up to the various levels that you need. If you have a squad of people, then the Guiding Lands experience is definitely much better because you can each just keep different areas at level 7, and you'll be fuck you, and you'll be way more set. But being only one person, yeah. If I want, say, a monster that has to be tempered Guiding Lands in a region that I don't have up to the, like, high enough for it to be tempered, yeah, I just have to, like, join online lobbies until we end up hunting that one monster. So it does make it difficult if you don't have people with you. But they've also changed how Guiding Lands works, where it used to be, so all those tracks that you get up there as you fight, like as you find signs of a turf war and as you fight monsters, like you break apart and you build an arrow to each of those. You can find signs of a turf war to make a new one, or sometimes get a new one by breaking parts. Tempered would be the same, but also breaking parts. Killing tempered could also sometimes just give you an immediate finish investigation, where it would just immediately max out and give you that. So it was pretty slow to get. Like, you would have to mainly rely on fighting monsters that you would have out in the wilds, and then after fighting a few monsters out in the wild, you would get another full investigation progress, so you could actually try and get fight the thing that you want to fight. Oh god. But now they've made it so if you play multiplayer, every single time one of your teammates gets an investigation, you get that same one too. So now, when you kill, if you're like in a lobby, like if you're in a group of 4 people in the Guiding Lands, when you kill a tempered monster, you get 4 new monsters with tracking available. So again, like, oh god, they have really made the Guiding Lands a much better experience if you're with a team. Like if you've got a consistent squad that you can just team up with. But on your own, yeah, it is still a long process. Like ranking regions up is a long fucking process. Like they all start at 1, and keep in mind, I've got this and Coral Highlands at level 7. Getting up 1 level can be anywhere between, like, depending on how high up it is, it can take like 4 or 5 monsters to go up 1 level. And also, as you start ranking up stuff, it will lower the rank of other stuff too. To the point where people have confirmed the way that it works is the maximum, you can have a total cap between, like there is a cap that the game doesn't tell you about, but it's very, hey, nice Gadjalaka. The game doesn't tell you about the cap, but it's easy to work it out when you see it in action, that there can be a total limit of what all of your Guiding Land levels combined can be. And if something tries to level up when everything's at the limit, it will just drop others down partially, like just immediately a full level to compensate for that. How? Oh, okay. You decided not to attack my way for that one. Cool, thank you. Oh god. And the limit is, if you have 3 areas at level 7, all of the others have to be at level 1. So I was trying to get, for the purpose of this video, I was trying to get Wildspire Waste up to level 7, but I couldn't, because all of my other regions were actually too high. Because all of my other regions were, well, not all of them, but a lot of my other regions were around the 4 or 5 mark, and that with also having a level 7 was too high. So what the game would do is I would be at level 7 for Coral Highlands, and then level 6 with like almost the bar filled to level 7 for this. And so what would the game do? It would turn around and I'd level this up and immediately lower back the Coral Highlands. It's like, what the fuck? So I had to go manually into the change level option to just be, okay, fine. Manually lower the level of other regions so it can go up higher. And it's like, god damn it. Like, I get why, because if you just had them all at maximum level, then you could just... Like, they want augmenting weapons to be something that you have to work for. Before it was pure luck and chance of whether you got the right stream zones, and they wanted to change it from that to the luck comes from getting that certain monster. But if you get that monster with how many pieces they drop, you're guaranteed to get a shitload of those items, because, which I now understand, having tried to augment weapons, why Guiding Land monsters only drop Guiding Land materials. Because, well, if you want that material elsewise, it's easy enough to get. When, like, it takes a lot of work to get that particular material here. So I now get that. It now makes sense to me. But if you had every region at level 7, it would be very easy once you got to that point to just get the materials you needed to augment any weapon at any point. It would be a much, much easier process. So I kind of get why they don't want them all to be maxed out, and they do it the way that they do it. But holy shit, as someone who doesn't have any friends or like isn't part of any squads or anything who play this game, fuck me, it is time consuming if I want to do it on my own. But I'm just going to permanently leave Coral Highlands at maximum level, because Coral Highlands at maximum level allows me to fight Tempered Namiel. Tempered Namiel is one of the most important things I need, because that is the one tempered material other than like just general tempered Elder Dragon stuff that I need to get health augments on a rarity 12 weapon. So I'm just gonna always keep Coral Highlands at level 12. Which I've run into the issue for other things where it's just... If I want a second health augment on something, fortunately I've got enough materials from it by just joining other people's lobbies and just... If you fight that monster once, and if you take abuse of the geology glitch, if you have level 1 geology, all little the shinies that monsters drop, you can get twice. I don't know why that is, but yeah, level 1 geology just makes all shinies that Guiding Lands monsters drop just stay there until you pick them up a second time. Wait, you flew around to fly there? Okay. Also, holy shit, a Gold Rathian flew away from me. I didn't think that could happen. Holy shit. Wow, okay. Also, I haven't even thrown you into a wall yet. I should probably do that, but you're probably in range. No, you're actually not in range right now. Okay. In the wall you go. Because these drop shinies. So yeah, you get a team of people and you just constantly throw them into the fucking wall. And yeah, you get a lot of shinies out of it. Oh, I should have gone to this side so I can attack the feet with this. It's going to do so little damage. Whatever. Bah! Also realizing I have Tiger, who currently has Vigor Wasp spray. So I have Vigor Wasp revival. Dying here doesn't matter in terms of trying to complete this. You should really have me outside cocktail. Remind me to do that before I fight Silver Anthelus. Keep saying remind me, like you people watching can remind me of this stuff. I'm not live streaming yet. Not a thing that can happen. And also with everything that's going on with viral outbreaks and everything around the world, and the extremely uncertain economic future of the world, I don't know how long it's going to be until I can afford a computer to do that. Like, my job so far hasn't been affected. If anything, my hours have gone up as a result of this, because my work's fucking weird in that. But, like, I don't know if they're going to lock down the place. We're also just, like, doing less sales, so I don't know how long I'm going to be able to, like, stay on the money that I can. So, like, I can save up the money to buy a computer in probably, 2 months. I partially need to pay off my credit card because of the Wonderful 101 Kickstarter. So, can't do it immediately, but like, I'm obviously paying off credit card has to come first. But like, I could save up the money for a computer like in 1 or 2 months or so. And the computer is the only thing at this stage that's stopping me from being able to live stream. I mean, I don't have a capture card that can live stream at this stage, but it's very easy for me to get one. Because, like, if I was to get a good computer that could do it, like AverMedia, I use AverMedia Game Capture HD 2. It's a completely external thing, so I don't need a computer to actually record. they have live stream cards that, like, you don't plug into a computer, but obviously still require a computer to stream. They don't, from what I've seen people say, they're not great. Like, they're good as a budget thing, but they're not great. Like there are things that are better that aren't that much more expensive. There we go. Okay. I can tell you're very enough for a big thing. Honestly, it probably would have been better for me to die because I think I'm out of herbal medicine anyway. I should probably go back, hey. Hey! Yeah, you didn't fire and kill all them, did you? Oh, no. They're all dead. God, you do that attack so fucking often, Goldrapian. What the shit? I do love Goldrapian as a fight. I still think that this is one of my favorite monsters in terms of the way they like. People are telling me that Goldrapian doesn't count as a subspecies. It's a rare species. To which my point is just like, what the fuck's the difference? Well, rare species are rarer, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, but biologically speaking, what's the difference? Because the difference between a variant and a subspecies, I understand. A subspecies is a separate species. It has grown differently and adopted differently. A variant is the normal monster, but something happened to it that changed its physiology. Like a specific thing happens to the same monster. And rare species is just subspecies, but even rarer, which is a shitty explanation to say that it's not a subspecies, because it means it is a fucking subspecies, but whatever. But yeah, it's one of my favorite examples of... like, there are some subspecies that just completely change the monster, and I'm still really down with that. Coral Puke is just a massive fucking shift. It's basically not even remotely the same monster, but the actual shape and design of the original monster works really well for it. Although, from what I've seen with way people talk, in terms of how well a subspecies is designed to be a different monster and everything, Coral Puke still stands like really high up, even compared to previous games and everything. But Goldrapian, in terms of feeling like the same monster, but ramped up with a new moveset and everything to really make it stand out and like feel like it same monster and the same stuff that you know about that monster, but ramped up to feel like a different encounter. Yeah, Goldrapian is probably my favorite example in the game. Ruiner is probably my second because I love the way Ruiner fights. I mean, I love No Gigante to begin with, so like that absolutely helps. Is there stones nearby anywhere? Bad at looking at this map, but I think those stones are up there, so yeah, they are. Oh! Where are they? Oh, right, what you blew up. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. Thank you. Somehow you're not enraged. Like, the fact that you do your super attacks even when not enraged, and it doesn't even exit your Hellfire mode, is the most powerful shit that you have. I'm worried this isn't gonna read. I mean, flint-shotting flying monsters is always weird, because sometimes it downs them and they go down like that. Sometimes it doesn't, and I don't know the difference in when or why. Oh my fucking god, did I really fuck that up that much? God damn it. I used to always nail Perfect Rush in terms of, like, starting it, like, getting the single attack off so I could do the backstep and then transitioning perfectly from the backstep into it. And the amount of times I fuck up the backstep and then press the triangle button at the wrong time and I just do the normal advancing slash again. But that fucking up the backstep, that's a new one. That's a new one. I don't think I've fucked up the backstep in a while. Goodness gracious. Mount. I didn't even get the mounting one, but... I mean, like, Savage Devil Joe is a good example, too, because, like, I'm trying to think of the way I'm trying to describe this. With Iceborne, in the base game, the way monsters in the base game fought felt like if they were in Iceborne, they'd be considered low-tier variants. Which also, by the way, actually knowing what the difference between a variant and a subspecies is in terms of like what happens to it to determine between one or the other. Fuck. Shouldn't Black Diablos be a variant? Black Diablos is not a different species of Diablos. Black Diablos is a female Diablos in Heat. doesn't that explicitly make it a variant, not a subspecies? Because subspecies... Coral Puke is a Puke that grew up in the Coral Highlands and adapted to the extra water of there and everything and became a Coral Puke. Black Diablos is a female Diablos that wants that fucking rock hard dick. Like, I'm realizing I'm going the wrong way that's telling me. Shut up. So, whatever. The classification, I appreciate what the original, like, idea of the difference between a variant and a subspecies and everything is, because people have described it to me, and I've read about it, and just like watching Monster Hunter content creators, which I've really only done since Iceborne's come out, and I don't know why I went. I'm down here, you blind dipshit. Thank you. So I appreciate the idea that, you know, it's part of what Monster Hunter does to help make its world feel more alive by giving actual... There's reasons why these monsters are like this in terms of just their raw physiology and why they do what they do in the first place, but also like how these subspecies and everything develop and whatnot. But then, yeah. Like, even, like, Pink Rathian and Azura Rathalos, I kinda get... Oh, Ebony Odogaron, where the fuck did you come from? Like, Ebony Odogaron is a subspecies because it knows how to use Dragon Element. I get that. I don't know how it grew up anywhere differently to make it do that, but there is a different group of Odogorons that grew up to learn how to use Dragon Element. That I understand, that makes sense, and that's why they're so different. And, like, Gold Rathian and Silver Rathalos, I don't need explanation of why they managed to fit these metallic coloring so perfectly like that. I don't need. But I can understand that they're just, like, an incredibly powerful versions of them. I'd like to know, like, I feel like they don't have an explanation of why they're so tough and why they're just so much stronger than everything else. And the explanation is, well, they're rare. And that one just sucks. Like, wait a minute. That's not a fucking explanation for their talents or skills. That's just saying they're rare, so therefore they're powerful. So, yeah. And again, Black Diablos is absolutely a variant. But, say, in the base game, the way that the subspecies in the base game fought, obviously Rathalos, Black Diablos, and Pink Rathian, felt like what Iceborne would consider low-tier variants. Fighting very, very similar to the base monster with, like, but with changes, except the changes for those were basically non-existent, because those monsters were basically the same fucking fight. But they made a big deal for Pink Rathian when you first fight Pink Rathian. What's the difference between how they fight? Well, their weak points are slightly different, like very slightly different. Oh, you're not even. Hitting Gold Rathian's head sounds like you're hitting metal. I kind of love it. But yeah, like the way they fight feels like variants. Like variants I can understand as fighting way more similar to what the base is, but just amped up or stronger, where subspecies should feel like similar but way more different of a fight. And I can appreciate that difference. And in this one, oh god, and in this one they do. No, the things that are variants feel more similar to their original counterparts, but amped up, and the ones that are subspecies feel more like different fights. Look, out of the subspecies that feel the most like the same fight, out of all of them, would actually just be the bro that we saw there, Ebony Odogaron. And even then, like, not real, like, Ebony Odogaron feels different enough to I would say the idea of subspecies is varied compared to variant. They use breath attacks and everything, and just, that's different enough to be like, okay, yeah, normal Odogaron has nothing to do with breath attacks. So yeah, fair enough. And again, Coral Puke is still the absolute undisputed king of the subspecies in terms of just interesting compared to the original, because holy shit, Coral Puke is just this drastic fucking change. It's not even remotely the same. Like, it has some attacks that it borrows from it, but for the most part, it's just not even remotely the same. It's so wildly different. And I guess you can say that, like, the next one for that would probably be Nightshade. Nightshade fights very, very differently, again, using breath attacks and just I'm really focused on that, but fighting Nightshade Balloon sucks. So, you know, I'm not going to say that it's a good example. Might be very different to normal Palumu, but it sucks. That being said, it is weird that if you have sleep resistance so you can't go to sleep, fighting Nightshade Palumu is way better than fighting normal Palumu in Master Rank, because holy shit. Normal Palumu in Master Rank is an exercise in frustration, because it just does nothing but drop its ass on you constantly. Ah, gotcha. See, that didn't ground you, so what the fuck? I do not understand the difference between whether a monster gets grounded or not if it's flying with a flinch shot. I honestly thought you were close enough to hit the wall there, but apparently not. A Dogeron, no! Had none of that knocked me off. I really like the flinch shot mechanic, or well, not just, everything to do with the clutch claw. I really like the clutch claw. There are definitely times where how it's used seems a bit goofy. But in terms of what counts as knocking you off, what counts as keeping you on, what counts as trying to move to a different direction of the monster and it doesn't even move you, even no matter how many times you flick the fucking stick. Okay, okay. You two can stay in that little, like, that attack. Fucking a Dogeron does that, but a Dogeron doesn't jump up into the air and shoot balls of gas at you. That ain't a fucking Dogeron thing. Oh, and a Dogeron has run away. This Dogeron's one of the most coward-ass motherfucking Doggerons I've seen, ever. I can't flinch you more than that, so... Ah, fucking Christ. I probably could have gotten another... Oh, no. Folks, I'm pretty sure I turned you twice to hit the wall over there. God damn it. Well, if you hit them 3 times with the claw attack, it will enrage them. That counts between different mounts and different things in a row. It has to be 3 between them being enraged. So if you try one flinch shot and you hit them twice with the claw attack and it doesn't hit the wall, then yeah, you get 1 on the next one. Because if you try to do more than that, it won't turn them and they'll just get enraged immediately. And then the flinch shot doesn't work. Which is something that, when I play with online, people still don't seem to understand. But whatever. And I don't have Agitator yet, so I don't have an advantage to this angering the monster without flinching him into a wall. Okay. You're in the air a lot. It's hard for me to chip away at your feet when you're in the air. Land on the ground. That's not landing on the ground. Neither is that. Okay, actually, that is landing on the ground. Never mind. Fuck! The blast radius on these fire explosions are... A normal Rathian, you can so easily run past its head to do that. That being said, the stuff that makes me feel like the most badass in terms of dodging is dodging towards God Rathian when it's doing a 360 tail spin and still just rolling through it with iframes. That is one of the things that makes me feel the most badass in terms of dodging shit, because that is fucking so goddamn good. You just roll perfectly right around it, so you're underneath it when it just does this giant spin attack, and it's just like, hell yeah. Mount you again. I didn't get it down before, so... Run! Oh, God. Okay, yeah. This is fucking me up. God damn. So I've been playing around with so many other weapons lately and trying to get better with other weapons. I've lost my skills at my sword and shield. It's very upsetting. There we go. Also, just a lot of the playing that I've been doing lately, like in my own time, has been in teams. I've done so little team stuff, solo stuff lately outside of videos, so just skills of understanding how to deal with a monster who's always focused on you, I'm getting worse at. Which is funny, because for a long time I was worse at team battles, because it was just, well, the monster's not always focused on me, how do I know how to dodge it? Okay, after enough, I need to get out of the way so I can kill this fucker. Amy and Doggeron, you said you were leaving the locale soon, so why don't you fucking leave the locale? Stop invading my shit. He's still enraged. I can't even tell if the thing's enraged. No, they're not. Hey. Also, thanks for the down, I guess. Like, if you're gonna be here, blowing up blowing me up with all that, at least you're helping take this fucker down. So not gonna work. Oh, I'm not even on your head. Okay. This works! Oh, didn't even need that. Hell yeah. Alright, fuck it. Get burned, I don't care. Oh my god, I fucked that up so much now. God damn it. Oh god, I'm not even hitting the feet. Fuck. That was terrible. Hey, brick pods. I don't know if breaking parts where you get like an arrow towards completing it. I don't know whether if you're in a team you get that. So if you break a part and you get an arrow from it, every single person gets, like, you get an arrow for every person with you, so you get 4 built to all of them. I don't think you get that, but I know if you get one of the ones where it gives you the full investigation at once, if your teammates get that, then you get it as well. Which, yes, when you kill a damaged monster, you pretty much always get at least one of those. So you get 4 for killing one monster. And that makes it really easy to just fight the monster that you always want to fight in Guiding Lands. Because, well, if you're fighting with teammates, if you're fighting with teammates and you capture a monster, you each get, like, I just got Black Diablos for free there by doing that. So if you're with teammates, you just get 4 for completing it. And hey, I did that, and I didn't cart more than the amount of times that you can cart for a normal quest. So, ew, it took like half an hour, but ew. Yeah, I don't know how the fuck people speedrun this game. I really don't. Did it just say that my Guiding Lands for the other thing was not level 7? Also, I thought I saw Coral Highlands not be level 7, and I'm just like, you motherfucker, I literally checked before I started recording. Ayo, we did it. Yeah, it doesn't tell you the time on here, but roughly half an hour, because I'm 32 minutes into the session. Good God. That's bad. Shouldn't take me that long to kill a single fucking monster with what is a decent set. Oh, God. Delicious energy drink. No, you shouldn't be worried by how often I drink energy drinks in videos lately. Shut up. You've heard how often I work. You know that I need the energy drinks to get through it. Alright, yo. We're luring out another monster. We're just going for it. We're just fucking going. Straight on to Silver Rathalos, baby. Now this one's gonna go way, way worse. Hell yeah.
Okay.
I like how you get the little different... It's different things that will lure it out for each region. It's cute. And also, Handler's friends enough with, like, dung beetles and those little birds to, like, send them out and luring stuff. That's impressive. Okay, multiplayer. You also know what I remembered. To change Palico equipment. Yeah, Molotov cocktail, baby. Molotov cocktail. There we go. Get that damage in. I should also probably use Tower Raider Signal. Because I can very much use Tower Raider Signal. I think... Yeah, I didn't make the thing that I just did I? Fuck. Get rid of this one. I don't need this one anymore. No, add ingredients. I don't need that one. I don't need the one that gives me extra money. Wait, this thing, attack with a bunch of extra heal stuff. This can come in handy multiple times. This is actually pretty good. Like, extra invulnerability frames and extra healing. That's just perfect for when, you know, I'm gonna die constantly. There we go. Is there any footage online of people cosplaying this version of the Handler? Because there should be. Normal boring people cosplay female Kira in alpha sets. The real people out here cosplay Halloween Handler. Where's my Tower Raider Signal? There it is. Tower Raider Signal. Just call in all the support. Ready? Spin the camera, see what they peel. Hey! Onajiro, Cello, and Gajalaka. I have no idea what my unity is for the Gajalaka. It's amazing how many hours I've put into Iceborne and how little of the actual side stuff I've put time into. Because for the base game, I did I'm not gonna... No, I'd say most of it. I didn't do all of it, but I did most of it. Like, I caught the rare endemic lives that appeared around. I collected all the ingredients, which is the thing I've done in this, but there's nowhere near as many ingredients to complete. Like, I did all of the talking to all the different people, like researchers and stuff in different areas to max out all of those quests and everything that they did. I found the Gajalaka, got all those things. I've done a lot of that. I caught all of the rare endemic life that gives you trophies and everything. I've done so little of it. There's a unique endemic life to the guiding lands, and when you get each area of the guiding lands up high enough in rank, like unique versions of it appear. I think it's like Moly or something. There's like a Moly that appears in the guiding lands just everywhere, but also there's a unique Moly for every region that can only appear when you max out that region, and they're apparently super rare. But there's like a bunch of them. I haven't even started that. There's the gold crowns on all of the endemic life, which just fuck that. That's never happening. I accidentally got a gold duffel penguin once while just grinding out to catch a bunch of gold duffel penguin quests to get VIP tickets for one of the festivals. But there's a whole bunch of critical bounties that are that where it's deliver a bunch of like capture a bunch of gold crowns of all the different things. The unique fish and endemic life that are in the Hoarfrost Reach, I don't have those yet. But all that treasure stuff that I was talking about, by getting the unity up for all of the different tower raiders, the reason that getting onto this topic of the side stuff, I've actually started thinking about. There's so much stuff that I'm yet to start. And I really do. The photos, I've done like 2 of those. There is so much side stuff that I'm yet to even touch for Iceborne, and it makes me very happy that if I ever want to have a day where I don't want to hunt monsters, I have a whole bunch of stuff that I can do in this game, and I can do that a lot of times, because I'm not going to get all of it done in one day, because it did not take me one day to complete it all in the base game. Like collecting all the ingredients. There's nowhere near as many ingredients in Iceborne as there is in the base game. The base game had, I think, 36 ingredients. Iceborne had 12. So there was nowhere near as many of the unique ingredients to collect for it. But it was still like a process to get it all. You still had to go through quite a lot to get there. You had to catch some of the super rare endemic life though to even get those ingredients in the base game, where in this you don't. But it was while the area is flourishing, like while say bone piles or ice flowers or whatever, while that is flourishing, find the one particular one of those on the map that gives out this one specific rare ingredient and you're guaranteed to get it. Like there is ones like that where it's I've got those in there for like the final ingredients in Iceborne. But there's just so much side stuff to do. Yeah, I do consider all that side stuff a very core component of Monster Hunter. I would consider, or at least, I don't know how much it is, I think in the previous stuff, but for World, I'll say. I do consider the fact that all that side stuff is there, and like there is so much of it as it is, and I would say it's in depth. Like, it's not just, oh, you want to catch the rare endemic life. Oh, we'll go out and just catch it and hope for the best. Some capacity, it is hope for the best, but there's things that you can do to like help make those things appear. Some of the endemic life only appears at certain times of the day or during certain weather, or even just knowing how to sneak up on things and catch them properly and things like that. Like, it's obviously nowhere near in depth as, say, what I'm doing right now is, but I'm glad that all this side stuff is there. For a game that you could effectively consider almost exclusively boss fights, it makes me very happy that there's a lot of side content that has, well, not nothing to do with hunting, because a lot of it can tie into hunting in some capacity by either unlocking stuff that's useful for hunting or giving you other things, but some of it has nothing to do with hunting. Some of it has some of it doesn't help you in terms of your overall quest to be a monster hunter at all. But yeah, considering it's all boss fights, I'm very, very glad that there is so much content that does that. And pretty much all of the content that it does for all that side stuff is stuff that helps flesh out the world. It's other different forms of life that exist in these biomes. It isn't just the giant fucking monsters that exist here. It's helping with tasks that the shitload of different types of jobs that people have inside of the commission and everything, because they are effectively a science team. So there's all different forms of like scientific research that they do that isn't just about hunting giant monsters. It all helps build the worlds and is a very relaxing change of pace compared to constant fighting boss fights. It's a very... You can totally get the base core experience and love the fucking game without all of that side stuff, as I'm sure a lot of people do. And it's what I've done for 99% of my time in Iceborne specifically. Like, I did put a lot of time into that stuff in the base game. But Iceborne, I've hardly touched it. But the fact that all of it's there is just, you can play this game that you love in a refreshing change of pace that isn't as stressful, and it's just peaceful, nice, relaxing stuff that helps build the world around you. It's something I said a lot in base Monster Hunter World. I love the world building for this game. And I still love the world building for Iceborne. Iceborne absolutely is, let's say, more problematic when it comes to its world building, in the sense that there was undertones of the colonialist nature of Monster Hunter in the base game, and in Iceborne, it's not the it's not undertones, it's not the subtext, it's the text. So the world building in Iceborne is a bit more worrying in that regard, because it does get... I mean, and almost all of it relates to the field team leader, which like the field team leader is responsible for almost all of those aspects of just him talking about, we are going to protect our home of Celiana. We are part of the environment, so therefore we are allowed to protect our home. And it's just like, motherfuckers, you found out about this place like a few weeks ago, and then set up a base there and started just polluting it with like coal like emissions into the sky, and there's something that is just natural and native living there that's just trying to defend its place from you, and you're just like, nah, fuck you, we're part of the environment, so it's our right to protect it as well. Like, it's... Savage Village, I think. But a big part of why it's such a problem is the way Velkhana is treated compared to the way Gigante is treated in the base game, because Legiana is explicitly treated as a thing that is defending its homeland, and you are here to kill it. Because it is now your homeland. But it also is, by the time you get to the base game of Iceborne, the people who are with you have been there for 40 years, which doesn't negate the fact that the way that they landed there and started taking over the place isn't colonialist. The specter of colonialism doesn't disappear with time, and in fact only gets further entrenched. People who try to tell me that it means that if people have been there for long enough time that if they didn't colonize the place, when they try to talk about Western countries right now, because I can feel that being a fucking thing and don't even fucking try. But because they've been there for 40 years, when people talk about their connection to the place, it is more as a, we have established our own part of the world here, and Astera is our part of the world. They don't try and claim ownership of the entirety of the new world anywhere near as much as what they do for the Hoarfrost Reach here. Which also is partially because the Hoarfrost Reach is the only biome in the Hoarfrost Reach. So, and you can't really disconnect the Hoarfrost Reach from Celiana in that regard. So that also doesn't help that. But because they've been there for 40 years, it's a thing of, we aren't trying to take over this place, we are trying to protect Astera. And also in terms of the overall plots of both of the big monsters that are there, Zora Magdaros and Xeno'jiiva, it's about, we need to protect the land from what the fuck is going to happen. Which there is an element of that in this as well. Shara Ishmael is absolutely a threat to everywhere and needs to be dealt with, otherwise everywhere gets destroyed. But how much of like, Nergigante wasn't treated so much as a threat to the New World. It was treated as a threat to possibly Astera and possibly to you trying to, you know, protect the New World with what was happening with Zora Magdaros. And then once you can fight Nergigante, you do because, well, you're monster hunters, so there's still that aspect of it. But Nergigante is treated as you go and hunt it because you can. Where Velkhana is very much treated as we need to defeat Velkhana to claim ownership of this land, because Velkhana is trying to stop us from claiming ownership of this land by trying to wipe us out from here. So it's yeah. And again, almost all of it ties to the field team leader. Like at the end, the Admiral, like during the final cutscene, the Admiral's just like, Nergigante is part of the food chain. Nergigante is part of the natural environment that will eliminate threats that become too big to the environment. If something threatens the environment, Nergigante shows up to try and get rid of it. And like 4 seconds later, the field team leader is just like, sounds like a good thing that we should literally stalk until we can find it and murder the shit out of it. And it's just like, did you not just hear that this was a natural part of the food chain to protect threats to the environment? Field team leader, what the fuck? So again, there's a lot of problems like that, and I appreciate that they seem to be actually building up somewhere in terms of addressing the hypocrisy of it, with the Seeker's dialogue at the end of Safi Jiva of just being like, we turned around and killed Safi Jiva because Safi Jiva was manipulating the environment for its own purposes, changing the environment to whatever suited it, right? But don't we fucking do that? Like, we decided that, no, Safi Jiva shouldn't be allowed to manipulate the environment for its purposes, so we acted as judge, jury, and executioner and stopped it from doing so. What happens if something comes along and decides to do the same to us? If something decides that humans are affecting the environment too much and changing the environment too much to suit its own needs, and tries to get rid of us for doing the same. And from what I have heard, from the way people talk about Fatalis, Fatalis is literally exactly that in the first Monster Hunter game, so which is another reason of just like Fatalis is totally covered in this game. As the final monster, I said in the last video, I don't think Fatalis is going to come in next. Fatalis feels only appropriate to be the final monster. I rolled too early and I can't see the animation. So yeah, like if they can address that, it's not that it fixes the other parts of it, but at least they're like, it means that the people who create the game are totally aware of the hypocrisy of it. And also just how much they talk about the Commission is a science gathering team, and what they do is science, which is very true. The way that they act, the way that they act, the way they go as a team, the way that they do everything is very much science. Like in the way that science would work in this world. But also there's a lot where we just kind of hunt monsters for fun and profit. Like, that's what I'm doing right now. But they talk about how large monsters just, like, disrupt the environment they're in. So if there's any large monsters you see, it's morally fine to kill it because any large monster is a threat to the environment. But, like, is it though? There's so many of them that I don't know how true that could be. The environment seems to be managing pretty goddamn fine with just the large monsters hanging around. Elder Dragons, I can get. Elder Dragons have that, again, similar thing to the reasoning of why we got rid of Safi Jiva. Elder Dragons, for the most part, have elements of fucking up the environment around them for their own purposes. Like, you don't see the Elders do it as much, but it's understand. What the fuck? What? Okay, cool, just waste all my time there doing that. Okay. Can I take a tail? Nice juicy tail. Don't even get the perfect rush on it, that's fine. But like, something like Nami-El, I can understand Nami-El fucking up a place with how much water it does everywhere. I can understand that. That makes sense to me. Nergigante? Yeah, Nergigante just fucking eats everything. Yeah, fair enough. Which I kind of said Savage Shovel Joe, honestly. Normal damage, maybe, but Savage Shovel Joe especially. Velkhana freezes a bunch of shit. Yeah, I can see that. In the Hoarfrost Reach, it doesn't make as much of a difference because, you know, it's already so fucking cold. But, like, Velkhana and Astera, yeah, no. Like, if Velkhana runs rampant in different parts, well, not Astera, but the New World. If Velkhana runs rampant in, say, the Wildspire Waste, yeah, no, that's, like, gonna fuck up the Wildspire Waste if it just fucks up that place too much. the Ushel and Usher kind of set everything on fire. If they were running around the ancient forest, that place would be fucked up. Kushala Aura would make everyone, goddamn, blocking that the burn, and it just burned me to death. Holy shit. Yeah, if Kushala Aura shows up in any place, every single monster and like endemic life that is in that place is going to be so bored they all commit mass suicide. Like, I get it. Elder dragons are a threat to the environment, so like they can be dealt with. But normal monsters, I don't know, they kind of go out of their way with a lot of normal monsters to kind of describe that, no, they actually totally work with the environment and aren't much of a threat at all. So the idea of, so we can go hunt them whenever we like is kind of not justified. Like, I'm completely, it's this extremely long-winded thing that I'm carrying on with right now because, well, I'm fighting the same fucking monster I fought in the previous video. So I need to make up topics that I can... I'm trying to think of the most egregious word that I can use to describe this. Like, I'm trying to think of something that implies worse than indoctrination. But the way that I'm soapboxing to you here about like a topic, I just need a topic to fucking think of because, well, what I'm fighting is that different. But the whole point of this is that I do love the world building in Monster Hunter. I do. It's for a game about hunting giant monsters and yeah, no, fuck it. It is straight up like a fantastical world. It's not strictly magic, although the way that energy is treated in this game kind of is magic. They try to treat energy in a sense where it's just like life runs on energy the same way that ours does, but just energy has a more literal meaning and the rules of how energy work are very, very different here. So like there is that awkwardness to it, so everything like that. But like it is fantasy. Creatures, this many creatures this large can't survive with the food source and everything like that. And also they're fucking dragons, so like yeah. But it is... But for a world that has basically fantasy creatures and has all of this stuff, like it's basically you're fighting large dragons with like swords and shields and lances and stuff like that, and bows and arrows. It's basically a fantasy world, but it does a really good job at not making it feel like a fantasy world, but a natural living world that just is different to ours, a world that didn't develop the same way our world did, so it functions different. Like it's very like that's I think that's part of the reason why I like it is that a lot of fantasy worlds don't feel like the actual world building behind how the world functions and operates isn't super real, or a lot of the answers to it is but magic. And I kind of don't like that. So the fact that they do seem to deliberately go out of their way to give actual explanations of, no, this is how this stuff works here. This is, ayo, I get an Azura Rathalos one out of that. Fuck you. So the fact that they give like actual explanations is, like, I appreciate that. It makes it feel so much more natural. The fact that while walking around, there's these birds flying around. There's plants and shit fucking everywhere. It feels like an actual place with flying jellyfish, admittedly. Again, it feels like a natural world that is internally consistent and all works on a level of nature. That nature is different to ours, and the rules of physics are also different to ours. But that's fine. The rules of physics, for the most part, seem internally consistent, so that helps. So I think that's why I'm drawn so much to the world here, is because I'm like most people. I do like fantasy elements and everything like that. And I do like fantasy stories. Like, there's a lot of games that I often think of myself as someone who doesn't play much fantasy stuff. And then I think about it, it's like, actually, no, there's a lot of stuff that you can totally classify under the broad genre of D&D inspired fantasy, which is funny for someone who's ever played D&D to say that. But I think that's part of the reason why I'm drawn so much to the world. But I'm very aware that some of the world building for this makes out the humans are bad or hypocritical. And yeah, those parts are a bit, awkward. Which is basically my whole point of all the pontificating that I've been doing. I think that's the word I was looking for. No, because pontificating doesn't make me sound like anywhere near as much of an asshole as what I am telling you that you're bad for liking Monster Hunter because it's colonialist. I say while I'm at over 1,000 hours into the game, I'm aware. I'm a white person. I'm, a fucking hypocrite when it comes to discussing colonialism in text. What can I say? I care more about seeming right than actually doing anything helpful. Oh, take that. Me and almost every single white activist that has existed for the last forever? Almost. Am I really about to hashtag not all white people here? No, actually, yes, all white people though. But not my point. Okay, half of my point. See, the way you can tell I'm a hypocrite is that while talking about loving all this natural nature and everything like that, loving Mother Nature in terms of the Monster Hunter world and me appreciating all of that, I'm drinking a can made out of materials hunked out of the earth and artificially shaped into a cylinder, a shape that doesn't exist anywhere in nature, that has all this glossy paint over it to match my color aesthetic, because one of my favorite drinks, of course, has to match my color aesthetic. That was an accident. Didn't mean to. I've loved Mother way longer than I've dyed my hair and colored everything in my life red and black. Which does make me worry that I've inspired my, like, personal aesthetic and appearances based on an energy drink, but it's based on the album American Idiot, so there is also, so I know it's not that. But like a hunk of metal is wreathed out of the ground with giant big fuck-off machines and shoved through a factory, a giant fucking thing full of fucking machinery, powered by stuff that kills the environment with the electricity that we do, to turn it into a can and filled with the most artificial poison that humanity has ever wrought upon us. Because, oh my god, I've mentioned it before, but Mother as an energy drink is one of the most artificial fucking tastes out there. You can drink it and it's just like, yup, that's not real. That's not a thing that ever existed until we forcibly created it. There's no fucking way that was a fucking thing. It's not fruity. There is no food that isn't a food that we've 100% manufactured where any slight hint of that taste is found in a can of Mother. And yet I'm drinking that while talking about loving the nature in this game, while I'm drinking a drink that's called Mother. That was originally called Mother because it's intended for Mother Nature, and it is the most artificial thing to exist. But it tastes good. I like the way poison tastes. When you drink poison and you can feel it killing you, it lets you know you're actually alive because you're slowly dying. It's like, am I alive? Oh, well, I can die, so I must be alive still. So, you know, it helps you do that. And also, I like the taste of things slowly killing me, as it turns out. This is me being a coward-ass bitch, by the way. Oh, by the way, we're on the Tempered Ruin and Gigante, but I can't do that in the Guiding Lands because I don't have the Tundra region up to level 7. Now, yes, you can fight Tempered Gigante technically anyway in the Guiding Lands. But if you have Guiding Lands level 7 for the Tundra region, Horus Reach, it's guaranteed to be tempered. If anywhere else is level 7 in Ruin Gigante AP state, it has a chance to be tempered. And personally, I've never seen a tempered Gigante outside of the Horus Reach Guiding Lands area. I've seen level 7 areas of Ruin Gigante have a Ruin Gigante in them. And it ain't fucking tempered. I've never seen it. So, I mean, not that I've done it that often. I've done it a couple times, because there's a couple augments that do require just normal, not even tempered Gigante parts. I'm pretty sure the first slot upgrade for level 12 requires just normal ones. Also, a thing that I realized in terms of alchemy, so it doesn't even matter if you need the non-tempered ones. With the melding pot, you can turn every single tempered monster part into that monster's non-tempered variant for the Guiding Lens materials. And also there's some crossover with some monsters where you can do that, but you need way more parts if it's not from that exact monster. But yeah, any monster can... Like, if I have a tempered Gigante Guiding Lens part, I can turn those tempered ones into non-tempered ones, so I don't have to rank down areas to fight the non-tempered one. I'm pretty sure that applies to every single material, which is really nice. It's really nice. It means you don't forcibly need to level stuff down to fight the non-tempered variants of stuff. I just caught you out of my eye doing that thing where you spin it, it just gets you dizzy. Also, in terms of animations, this game must have cost so much fucking money to make. It's so obvious how much money they put in Iceborne when they realized the base game sold as well as it did. Oh my god, the amount of cats around here that just do this stuff. There's a photo quest for this cat, right? It has all of its spices here, and it mixes them up, and it can mix up the spices and smell them, and it sneezes and the powder goes everywhere. And there's a photo thing for getting it at that moment. But like, look at the little cat. It's doing all of its little spices. I'm pretty sure I've appreciated this in a previous video, but I still love it. Although I think I want to show it off was that one, where you can see the cat was like kneading the bread from scratch and all the stuff that it's mixing. Like, again, it's little touches like this in the world building. Like, you have Grandmaster Chef here who's cooking up all of her big stuff here. But like, there's pots and an entire fucking kitchen everywhere. The roof to the ceiling is stocked with all the things they're doing. They're putting some dry aged meats up there. They've got all their plates over there that some of it's decorative, but like these ones here are clearly stacked here. There's a cat over here who's making the bread. There's a cat over there who's cooking the bread. You can see how that goes down into the back, so they're clearly doing more stuff there. You've got this one over here grinding up the spices. This area that, like, no characters are down here, but it's clearly a storage area because there's different materials and everything like that, which is behind the stock provisions person who has their ladder that comes down to here and goes to all of these things here. Oh, you got the one person who's admiring apples over here. Like, even Celiana, a place that they deliberately condensed to make it easy to walk around because they realized the stereo was too big to naturally use without taking up too much time, has all of this stuff where it's just, you can see that there's like a community of people here who are all working together. You're a hunter and you kill the big monster and you get all the praise because you're basically the rock stars of this universe. Yeah, fair enough. But fucking everyone else is out doing their fucking things to help build to be part of a team. And everything that you do is very specifically, you have a team behind you that lets you do this. There is no way you could be the hunter that you are if you didn't have this giant fucking community of people supporting you. And I really dig the idea that this game, I already did this. I really dig how well this game sells the sense of community of just a general sense of community of helping people survive here, but also how much of that is science focused and that science is explicitly a team effort. Again, I've mentioned that a lot before in the base game, but you know, it's still applicable here and I really appreciate that. Anyway, so we're going to do Tempered Ruin no Gigante after me rambling for way too long. Fuck, that was 10 minutes of me talking back at the fucking base. Jesus Christ. So they made an event quest. So they've had an event quest for, like, we got, here. The moon is a harsh queen. So you can go fight a Goldrathian whenever you wanted. This is how I fought the original Goldrathian for my videos, actually. So, hey, I did a Guiding Lands Goldrathian, which is how you originally unlocked them. But also that one's there. And also the musicals are back. But for, like, Master Rank monsters. So you can get the gold crowns for that. But also they include some of the ones that were in the quests in, like, the base game. So it's like Uragon and Azurathos, I'd already have gold crowns for them, because I'm pretty sure I have gold crowns of most, like pretty much almost every single monster that was part of a musical in the base one. They gave us this quest, the Wrath of Thunder Descents, where you get a fill of decorations. They're fucking really good decorations. They're ridiculously good decorations. I still don't have anything that is weakness exploit or, what's it called? Critical boost combined with either medicine or vitality, which is irritating. But I have way more of the attack skills of like peak performance, resentment, agitator with both of those skills, which does help. But they gave us this, a quest for Tempered Ruin no Gigante, and it gives us great Spirit Vein gems because people were complaining that they got none of them. And I think every single slot upgrade you do for a weapon requires a great Spirit Vein gem, and every single rarity 12 piece of armor that you augment requires one as well. So you need a lot of these if you want to just like max out the last parts of your gear. But not only is it an event quest for Tempered Ruin no Gigante, it's back on Origin Isle. I fucking love that. It's so good. I love that they gave us an event quest that is, fuck it, you get to rematch Ruin no Gigante in the place that you met Ruin no Gigante. A thing you aren't able to do at all here. Like to the very ends of you quest against Ruin no Gigante is in the Guiding Lands, because, you know, Ruin no Gigante takes you to the Guiding Lands, so that's where it is. And, yeah, you just never get to go back here. But they gave us an event quest for the tempered version, too. I love that it's tempered. And you get to fight it back here, which is just really cool. It's really cool that you get to go back here. It's also fucking brutal, because it's a tiny fucking arena, and it means you can't run away. This thing does have Farcasters, right? It sure does. You will need the Vigor Wasp spray for this. No, right, I keep forgetting that you can't change your Palico's equipment there. It has to be in the tent. I don't know why. You're going back to Vigor Wasp spray. I need that revive. I need 5 lives for this. Because it's Ruin No Gigante. In the Origin Isle. You have so little fucking room here. Wait. Before I go. There's some torch ammo here. I gotta grab that. I gotta grab that. I'm pretty sure there's some crystal burst in the arena, but I don't have to worry about running around the arena to get that. And also, it's not down in Sharash Volta's arena. It's in Ruin No Gigante's arena. Let's fucking go! Oh, come on! It's not even find me not. Nice. Just immediately going for it. Boom! And down you fucking go. Alright, God, this Ruin No Gigante seems huge. So I've done this quest a couple times, again, only with people, to get Great Spirit Vein Gems. I feel this quest gives you it must have an increased chance of getting small and large gold crowns for Ruin No Gigante. Because the size differences for this quest on the few times that I've done it are fucking huge. I think I got a silver for the large one on this, and looking it up, I got close to the gold for the small on it too. So yeah, I don't know if that is part of this quest or if I've just been lucky, but like, this looks like a big fucking Ruin No Gigante. I don't think it's as big as the one that gave me the silver crown, but it might be. We'll be able to tell at the end whether it's as largest or not. So I still haven't gotten a gold crown from here, so it may not have a chance. So it may not be extra of that. Maybe it's just because I've fought so like, even though I've only done this quest with people, doing this quest is still the most number of times that I fought Ruin No Gigante ever. I have done Ruin No Gigante in this quest more than I've done Ruin No Gigante ever, so maybe that's just why it makes it feel that way. Also, oh my god, a monster's whose head I can attack. So yeah, while this quest is really good at getting you, well, Ruin No Gigante parts just in general, and Great Spirit Vein Gems, it is not a replacement for the Guiding Lens one, because you need a lot of No Gigante parts to get the, augments, and being that we're not in the Guiding Lens, this quest doesn't give you Guiding Lens material for Ruin No Gigante, or Tempered Ruin No Gigante. So I do still need to get my, Tundra region in the Guiding Lens to level 7. Because from looking at it, I think the best option for me, in terms of the augments that I'm the most frequent to use, in terms of what's going to help me the most with augmenting, is Coral Highlands, Elder's Recess, and Hoarfrost Reach. Because that's No Gigante, which is needed for getting slots. There's Namiel, who's used for the first health augment, and I think both Silver Rathalos and Seething Basil Geese I need for the level 2 health augment if I want to get that. And I think they both need to be tempered, but even if one of them's tempered and the other one is, you can make both of those appear tempered in the, actually, I don't know, you can make, Silver Rathalos appear in the Volcanic region. I don't know if you make Silver Rathalos appear in the Volcanic region level 7, whether it appears tempered. I don't actually know. It may not. I think when they talked about them being level 7, it may have been only the Coral region, but Coral region would be there for Namiel anyway. But the monsters that I know the most that I need for upgrading parts and need them tempered are Ruin No Gigante, Silver Rathalos, Namiel, Basil Geese, and also for more slots, I'm pretty sure we also need Rajang, which is Volcano region as well. Level 7 Volcano region is tempered Rajang, so yeah, just having that as having those three as the level 7 seems to be the most useful in terms of the augments I'm the most likely to use. And I just had Wildspire Waste at 7. There was something else that I needed from Wildspire Waste at level 7, but I think that was for Charms. And that's the only reason why it's high at this point. I mean, if I have 3 of them at level 7, I'm willing to, if I need one monster from another region, to just leave mine fixed where those 3 are level 7 all the time so I can get the most common materials always on my own. If I need something else at one point, I'll just join people's random sessions until they do. Again, if you had a group of people to play this with, then you could all just have different areas level 7 permanently, and it would be much easier. But I don't have that. Like, obviously, there's a lot of parts of the game that you can say, oh, easier if you have a group of people, but it's weird that unlocking certain things is the thing that they've made easier with multiple people as well. Also, 2 in 1 before you even got angry. Hell yeah. I'm gonna do this. There we go. Do need to break parts on Ruin No Gigante. Ruin No Gigante's whole thing is if you don't break parts as it goes along, it becomes a much harder fight, so... Not that I'm good at breaking parts. I don't have part breaker on this, and I am using sword and shield, and I don't use the shield attacks much of it for the blunt stuff, but... I feel like I should learn how to fight Ruin No Gigante with the hammer. Because that would help at breaking these fucking fallings and stuff for it. God, and unlike Arch-Tempered normal No Gigante, I can still block your dive bomb. I'm scared of when I get to Arch-Tempered Ruin No Gigante, and I can once again no longer block your dive bomb with the sword and shield. I'll be the one fucking person who's running guard up on a fucking sword and shield just for Ruin No Gigante's Arch-Tempered. Is there anyone out there who has built a guard up sword and shield build? I mean, I can see why it would be useful. It just, you know, there'd be so many better options for doing that. I mean, the correct answer is lands. I haven't done Ruin No Gigante with lands. The two weapons that I used the most that weren't sword and shield in high rank of lance and switch axe, I've hardly used either of them in this one, and I don't know why. I think it's just because, like, when I was thinking, what weapons do I want to use that aren't sword and shield, I just went no to those weapons because I had already used them, and I just haven't gotten back around to them while playing around with other weapons. But, like, I did normal No Gigante a few times with, lance, and it works well. Again, the way that No Gigante works, blocking is just really good against this fucker. Probably because No Gigante has extremely readable animations. Because, as I've said, part of the reason why No Gigante is one of my favorite fights is how much of just a raw fucking fight it is. What? The monster that I like fighting the most is the one that makes the game feel the most just like a character action game, as opposed to a hunting game, because I'm bad at the things that would turn the game into a hunting game. Never! Oh, fuck. So I saw there was a dive bomb, tried to get onto the ground to do that in time, and it didn't fucking... to shield in time, and it didn't fucking work. Oh, God. The way that this fucker's able to use his spikes as they get more aggressive is awesome. He can dig his wings into the ground to, like, move himself faster. It's so cool. Love this fucking monster. Fucking damn it. Shit, I thought you were facing the wall a little bit more. Well, there's stones somewhere in the middle, is it? Where are the stones? No, they're back here. Oh, God. There they are. There they are. What's that stamina? Okay. Gonna try this again. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna... Time to pull out the big guns! Oh, you turned again! You son of a bitch! Oh, he did a spin attack as I was doing that, you motherfucker! That's not allowed. That's cheating, Ruin No Gigante. How dare you? You'd be amazed at how often I do forget that mantles exist in this game since hitting Master Rank. I don't know, because they changed temporal mantles, I was just like, well, temporal mantle's not useful anymore, so fuck it. And then I remembered that mantles existed only because they activated Gaia's Veil, and now I don't have Gaia's Veil anymore because I don't use Shara's Volga armor anymore. So it's just, well, I don't have Gaia's Veil, so what's the point of doing mantles? Oh, mantles actually have an effect that isn't just their effect, because not every mantle is glider mantle. What? Oh, you actually want to equip a mantle because of what the mantle itself can do? That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound like the video game I was playing before. Oh dear God, I'm fucked. Just put me in an episode of I Shouldn't Be Alive, because I bumbled that recovery like hell and did it very poorly and somehow survived. What the fuck? Oh god. Ow! Ah, gee. But seriously, how cool is this quest? Ah, fuck. Okay. I saw your paw go up and I thought it was your left paw, so you were going to attack over to the right, and no, it was the other way around. And I dodged into your attack, which was just so sick. Urgh! Fuck yeah. We're getting to the point where I've done so little breakage that, yeah. I spend so much time focusing on survival that it is hard for me to focus on attacking body parts to break them. You may notice this as I'm not good at the game. Just, I see somewhere I can attack and I attack it. Ow. Really thought I would have had this happen. Like, I have Rocksteady, so I could get the free flick shot on that, but, well, I'm worried about taking damage. Go! Fuck, I did the exact same thing! Like I say, why not? It's like, you're not gonna use your head right now. Oh, fuck, you're using exclusively your head. There we go. There's a really safe time to attack the Gigante with the Clutch Claw a lot, and it's whenever he does a, what's it called? Fucking Christ, get the perfect rush. Whenever he uses spikes, because he has quite a lot of end lag on most of his attacks where he shoots out spikes. Fuck, come on. Perfect rush just put me right in the path of that. Ugh. That was lucky. Okay. Oh my god, you're still not enraged. This is the tamest fucking Ruiner no Gigante I've ever fought. I've never fought a Ruiner no Gigante before that doesn't get immediately enraged when you throw it into a wall. Which, to be fair, I feel like is a natural response. If you threw me into a wall, you know what, I'd be fucking pissed. You know, unless you're Asher, in which case I'd be extremely turned on at Asher. But, that is true. That is going to make my ad revenue very limited. Oh, I thought I was on the other side. Ah, it still works. Hell yeah. My god, I'm so bad at Perfect Rush now. What the fuck? My god. Actually pulling... Okay, well, I was about to say actually pulling it off I'm fine at, but I fucked up the timing on the last one, and the last attack wasn't as powerful. But just getting into the execution of it, god, I've gotten rusty at that. I use other weapons too much now. I should have more than just my main weapon that I'm good with. Yeah, but it makes me worse at my main, so... What about that, though? I'm now bad with my other weapons. So, fuck. Ow. Ow. I'm just gonna do this. You know, it's fights like this that do make you realize just how fucking broken Gold Rathian armor is, because Divine Blessing's ridiculous. The fact that you can go up against a tempered Ruiner no Gigante and just, yeah, more than half of its hits are just going to do half damage is fucking absurd. It's really, really ridiculous. Like, there's no other skill that you can equip that effectively more than halves the damage output of the monster you're fighting. There's not much other shit that you can do that does that. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. See, this fucker's enraged, so I'm just chipping at its back legs now, just doing 20s. This is why I'm bad at Ruiner no Gigante, because I'm so bad at actually breaking the parts I need to fucking break. Because if you focus on breaking its parts, it's these spike attacks don't come out on every single fucking attack that it does. And I'm pretty sure Elder Seal doesn't get rid of the metal spikes. Honestly, I don't even know if Elder Seal does anything against this fucker. I don't even know if the fucker counts as having an Elder aura at all. My god, I'm so bad at this. Hey, I broke the other horn. I don't think I broke any of the spikes on your head, but I broke my... Hey! Wait, what the fuck? I thought I... I thought I broke the wall. What the fuck? Why does it still have spikes? Or did I break one part of the spikes on it? Oh, shit. I didn't realize you went down. But also, the buffs that they've given to Sword and Shield, while mine are for Iceborne, perfect for Ruin and Gigante, because Perfect's Rush has Natural Mind's Eye, which is perfect when it starts getting really reflective on its metal spikes. It is kind of ridiculous that Perfect's Rush has Mind's Eye, because there's already the equivalent of Mind's Eye on some of Sword and Shield's attacks, because they're blunt attacks, and blunt attacks you can basically define as having that. Also, hey, we've hit that time in the day where this place starts glowing. I don't know what... There's a particular time of day. I don't know if it's... It might affect everywhere, but it may just be more noticeable here because of the way the environment is. Shit just starts glowing a little bit. Like, look at that. Look at the way the light's hitting us, and it's just making everything shiny. Yeah. Oh, shit, I'm out of that. Oh, God. Haha, nice. You can heal me for it. Ow! Okay. Okay. Too busy being healed by bigger walls to actually pay attention to the monster. Ow! Thorn point your face. Thorn point it again. And run over here. Oh, this one's right there, actually. Hell yeah, those thorn explosions. I wonder if I can get another mountain. Not that I've built up any mount at the moment, but oh god! I saw that way too late to realize what it was, and yeah, that poorly. You exhausted there, buddy? What if I tried to? Not you! Oh fuck, the ledge isn't there. No! No! I was nowhere near as close to the ledge as I thought. Oh god, I need to fucking sharpen. Oh god, I can farcaster back into a sharpen, or I can knock you down and use that as a sharpen. I'm gonna use the bitch maneuver. Whee! I won't restock my items. That is actually bitch. But I will use this opportunity to do all this. I don't care if this part's bitch. We're in an arena that is very unusual, where we can't run away anywhere. So, you know, in most other things, you would have the opportunity between encounters to do that. Oh my god, my sharpness was so low, it didn't even max out my white. Resharpen, please. Yes, it's fights like this, where you can see how long it's taken me to fight Ruin and Gigante, and how little parts of it I'm breaking. The actual hunting part of Monster Hunter, in terms of the types of mechanics and the way fights work, that make this different to an action game, I'm very bad at. The only reason that I'm able to kill things with Sword and Shield the way I can is because I have used armor skills and items to always survive. But, I can dodge and do attacks the closest to a normal action game because the hit animations don't take 15 years. So one thing I've noticed trying to use other weapons is, god damn, doing attacks on other weapons takes forever. And I feel me playing a Sword and Shield has definitely, like, it helps me get used to the game to begin with because it's faster and more forgiving. But because I've stuck with it for so long, holy fuck, I am so bad with the weapons that have slower attacks of being able to time those attacks in between enemy animations or positioned right with enemy animations to not get fucking hit all of the fucking time. But I feel like mastering with its increase in difficulty and especially health pools is really re-exposing the idea of just the core ideas of how you hunt that make this different to a normal action game are stuff I'm not good at and have never developed the skills for in this game. Like, No Gigante would be one of the few monsters that I actually understand this fucker's attack animations and like how to get around them. But even then, if I tried to use a weapon with slower attacks on this, I'd be like, okay, I understand what that attack is. I understand it well enough to know that I can't dodge because I'm in the middle of this lance poke. And I can't end this animation quick enough to dodge or block so I don't get fucking hit by it. Like, I have no idea how people use slower weapons on monsters like this. I've got no how do you line up any of your... How the fuck do you line up greatsword hits on a fucker like this? How? How do you have the time to do that? How does that make any goddamn sense? That being said, also, seeing statistics about Monster Hunter and how people... I feel like a lot of people play exclusively multiplayer, which may explain part of it. Like, if you're multiplayer, I can understand a little bit more about how you're able to... Yeah, doesn't even faze me. Indestructible, bitch. Yeah, like if you're with a team of people, I can understand maybe a bit more about how you're able to great sword things. If you're fighting this fucker solo, like how good are you at understanding this fucker's move animations to be able to go, yep, I know how to hit you with a true charge break slash while you're angry? Like how the fuck? You don't get it. It's part of the reason why I think I need to start using other weapons more, just so it forces me to get better at knowing monster attacks and animations so I can dodge them properly, as opposed to how I do now, which is not. Ah, fuck. I should have blocked it. I absolutely could have survived that if I blocked. Okay, well, that's a death. I'm going to allow death to restock. Also, just, it means I can use a max potion. But hey, that was only safeguard, so I'm still on 0 deaths. It's totally how it works. Totally how I'm counting it. Yeah, I'm just using the multiplayer sets because I still haven't adjusted my single player sets. No, that the only difference on a single player set is that it wouldn't have what's it called? I don't even know the words I'm trying to think of right now. A single player set wouldn't have Dust of Life, that's the word. Yes. So the one difference. So I don't think it matters. I don't think I need to worry about it. I'm not picking up so many items on every quest that I do that I don't have space for it. I've once again gotten to the point where I have kind of given up picking items in the field. With how much I play multiplayer, and if I'm playing multiplayer, I have free meal, I basically don't run out of any of the items that I use on every quest. And because I don't have to worry about restocking the items that I use on every quest, my botanical research has just topped everything almost every item that I would conceivably actually ever use. So everything that basically isn't ammo or like some poison bombs and whatnot. Hey! I killed you with a fucking clutch claw hit. That's just embarrassing. Also embarrassing that I died so close to actually killing you. Motherfucker. But we did it! Ayo! I love this quest. I love it. It's back on Origin Isle. It's so cool. It's the actual proper rematch against this motherfucker. But he's angry now. I love it. I will say in words. Oh yeah, basically every item that I would reasonably use on a quest, I have about 1,000 of them just stacked up. Because I don't need to worry about getting more honey. I go through so few potions on most quests that I don't even use that many mega potions, let alone how many fucking extra honeys I craft in multiplayer. Because I used to just chew through honey, just grinding more, crafting more potions mid-quest for multiplayer. I usually don't even go through my first batch of 10 now with Free Meal Secret, because Free Meal Secret's overpowered as fucking shit. And, oh, I use a Demon Drug at the beginning of each of those quests in multiplayer, and some Might Seeds throughout it. Okay. I often don't even use a single one of them, because of that. The one thing I need to keep topped up is, like, pitfall traps and stuff, and I have, like, 800 Thunderbugs. So it doesn't even matter. Alright, not all of these Spirit Vein Gems are the great ones. How many are great? 1, 2... 2 and 2 of the shards. Oh, but that's some Shadow Core ore. That's the good shit. Shadow Core ore you can normally only get from Tempered Investigations, and it's used for a lot of Charm's final upgrade. It's to get this, because I have never gotten a single one from a Tempered Investigation, and now I'm getting them from this quest, and now my Agitated Charm and my Resentment Charm, and they're all going up to fucking maximum level finally, and it makes me so happy. I care about that more than the Spirit Vein Gems in this. Spirit Vein Gems I will get normally while crafting for augments. I don't go out of my way to craft decorations that often on Tempered Investigations. And the ones that I have, I've gone out of my way to do a bunch of Tempered Investigations in a row to get some Shadow Core ore, and I've never fucking gotten any. And this quest is giving me some. I have fucking Agitated Charm 4 now. I don't think I have Resentment yet, because when I upgraded the Agitator one, I didn't have the extra Shadow Core ore to do that. But I think since then I've gotten more, and I just haven't been bothered to go do it. But I can do it, and it makes me so happy. Anyway, that's the Tempered monsters that they added afterwards. I talk about how I'm not super great at this game, and I mean, like, killing 3 monsters did take an hour and a half, so I feel like that's the proof. I'm absolutely not fucking speedrunning this game. But I only died like once to each of them. Not counting the Vigor Wisp recovery. Actually, if you count the Vigor Wisp recovery, it was, I think, once to each of the first two, and then twice to that fucker. But, like, I did it, and I didn't need people, and it only took forever, but I can do it, and that's the important thing. I don't know how to speedrun with Sword and Shield, other than be even more focused on attacking only the weak parts. But fuck it, when monsters are that powerful, I'm focusing on getting hits in when I can. That being said, I'm really hoping that on the next episode, that segue there that I ruined by calling out being a segue and ruining the total pacing of the segue itself, is Raging Brachydios and Furious Rajang, and the update that comes out roughly a week from today from when I'm recording this, I think. It's not coming out the moment that a cycle ends of event quest. It's weird. It's coming out in the middle of it, which is really bizarre. I don't quite understand it. But their next episode, hopefully, Raging Brachydios has some really good armor that lets me run the same set that I have now, but with Agitator, because that would make me very happy. And I mean specifically Agitator Secret, because that's just... If a monster's not enraged, you're chucking it into a wall. And if a monster is chucked into a wall, it's enraged, and then Agitator's going. So... it's going to be going a lot, and that's plus 28 attack and plus 20 affinity, and that is fucking delicious. That is guaranteed crits on a weak part that isn't even tenderized with the set that I have, which is pretty tasty for how infrequently I actually hit the weak parts. Anyways, that's next episode. I've actually caught up with all of the optional stuff that I was going to do. There was multiple videos there. I was just like, oh, we got this that we can do, and that we can do, and this we can do, and there's a lot of stuff there. I've actually caught up on all of that. I know that the next episode is Raging Brachydios and Furious Rajang. I know the episode after that is that 4 Elder Dragon quest that I'm just gonna say it now. I'm probably gonna call an SOS flare on that, because even if Raging Brachydios has perfect armor and gets me just the most perfect set I can do with Agitator Secret, I don't think my Sword and Shield set and my Sword and Shield skills can output enough damage to kill 4 Tempered Elder Dragons in 50 minutes, considering Ruin and Gigante just then took me about 25 minutes. So, I don't think it's gonna happen. But... you know, I can team up with people to do that, and then later on, if I'm ever, like, good enough at a weapon that actually, you know, does damage... maybe I can do it then. Maybe I'll learn how to just do a really ridiculously powerful Switch Axe build, and I'll do it with that. I don't know. Point is, next episode is 2 new variants. Actually variants, not subspecies. Raging Brachydios found some even more potent slime and made it even more powerful. But also that slime that is, like, extra potent, that causes more explosions, apparently is too powerful and kills most Brachydios who try to get it. So it's only a very, very few subsects of Raging Brachydios who can even handle this really powerful slime, and it makes them super powerful. And Furious Rajang is a Rajang that had its tail cut off, which made it so fucking mad that it is unable to not be mad. Which also means that you can't attack its tail to knock it out of its flinch state, which I've never once successfully done. But it also means it doesn't have a weak point on its ass anymore. I have no idea how the fuck you're meant to fight Furious Rajang. You're just going to be bouncing off its arms all the time, and its ass isn't a weak spot anymore. I don't know how the fuck you're meant to fight that fucking thing. But next episode, I guess we'll find out. Or die trying. Probably that second one. So until then, this is version 2, signing out.